Tonight is the first class meeting of Supervision 87, Elements of Quality Control. This is a one-semester course which meets one evening per week for 3 hours at Chaffey College. The class is one of 8 courses required to qualify for a certificate in industrial quality control and can also be used as an elective in the Industrial Supervision Certificate program. Before the appointed hour for class this evening, I opened the room and wrote the class title and my name on the chalkboard so that the students would know if they were in the correct room. Our first order of business for tonight was an introduction of myself, my educational and teaching experience, and my employment history, stressing my experience in quality control. Each student was then asked to stand, give his name, employer, and type of employment he is presently engaged in or seeking to qualify for. Generally, all of the students are employed in industry, and the majority are in defense or defense-oriented industries. There is no prerequisite for this course, and other than the fact that the majority of the students work in industry where inspection, quality control, quality assurance, and reliability are common terms, there is no assumption of any knowledge in the field of quality control. We will assume that you have all just completed introducing yourselves, and we are ready to begin the initial instruction. Thank you very much. May I now see a show of hands of anyone that is presently or has previously worked in inspection, quality control, or reliability? Thank you. Your introductions indicate that we have a very diverse class this semester, which will make it that much more interesting as we exchange information on the field of quality control. Tonight's class will be entitled Total Quality Control, from inspection, detection, to quality by prevention. I'll now write that on the blackboard. Total Quality Control, from inspection, detection, to quality by prevention. The Defense Department, before they will award a contract, will survey prospective companies and verify that an adequate quality control system exists. The military specification covering this requirement is MIL-Q 9858A. For NASA, that is National Aeronautics and Space Administration contracts, this requirement is outlined in NPC 200. The recent Apollo fires at Cape Kennedy, in which 3 astronauts were killed, is presently under investigation to determine if the cause was a deficiency in inspection and quality control. Consumer products also are manufactured to quality control requirements. Chrysler Motors and the 5-year warranty which they originated can only be economical to their company if they adequately control the quality of the automobile. The advertising media more and more emphasize that their product is a quality item. The Volkswagen people show their television commercial of all the inspectors lined up and claim that only those cars that are accepted by these inspectors are sold. But does this make it a better car? Volvo has countered the mile of inspectors in their advertising by stating that their manufacturing people make it right to begin with, and thus do not need inspectors to find faults. I'm sure that we're all influenced when we purchased a product with the quality control claims of the manufacturer. Picking only the coffee bean which is ripened is inspection and quality control. The cigarette manufacturer and his selection of the tobacco leaves is an inspector. When we buy clothes, we find tickets attached or in the pocket which state inspected by number 16. So inspection and quality control is a part of our everyday life. The field of quality control is new, if we consider the last 20 years as new, but inspection has always existed. When the devil showed Eve the shining red apple and asked her to take a bite and offer some to Adam, she no doubt inspected the apple. If it was rotten, or if a worm has poked its head out, she probably would have rejected it, not bit into it. From there to the caveman, when he carved his club, he probably held it up and looked at it, weighed it, examined it, inspected it. In the early industrial society, the producer and the consumer met face to face in the marketplace. The goods were commonplace and simple. Manufacture and usage took place in the same village where the consumer had ready access to the producer in the event of quality control failures. Performance of the product, and thereby the quality reputation of the producer, was part of the village talk. His quality problems had not yet been recognized, since each unit was made as perfect as he could make it. Then one day the owner decided to increase his production by hiring workers to assist him. He gave them careful training, and they tried hard, but somehow the product just wasn't the same. So after a few customer complaints, he spent most of the time checking the work of his helpers. Eventually, he hired a man just to do the checking, and formal inspection was born. So what is inspection? Inspection is the examination of the product to determine if it meets the requirements. This can be visually by simply counting the number of pieces, looking to see if the apple is spoiled or if the automobile has a flat tire. Inspection could be measuring a fish to see if it is longer than 6 inches, the minimum requirements, or if it has to be thrown back into the water. Inspection can also be electrical tests, turning on the radio or television set to verify that it performs. Inspection is the examination of the product to determine if it meets the requirements. Are there any questions to this point concerning our definition of inspection? Inspection, however, is somewhat after the fact. It is concerned with detection of the material that does not conform, detection of material that does not meet the requirements. In 1945, quality control was established as an area concentrating on prevention, the prevention of the production of defective material which did not meet the technical requirements. Quality control is a planned and systematic pattern of all actions necessary to provide adequate confidence that the product will perform satisfactorily. Quality control is concerned with what is to be done, who is to do it, when is it to be done, and how do we know that it has been done satisfactorily. Quality control looks at the entire production cycle, from what the requirements for the raw material are, the material we get for use in our manufacturing. How is the inspection and quality control on material which we will assemble into our product controlled? How are our assembly and inspection processes controlled to prevent the production of defective material, to control our manufacturing? Then, when we sell the product to our customer, the consumer, how do we verify that it will perform like he wants it to? How do we install, service, and maintain the product? The instruction book on how to operate a piece of equipment is an aspect of quality control. I recently purchased a new washer-dryer combination, and before it was delivered, the store provided us with a copy of the instructions on how to operate it. They encouraged us to read the instructions and become familiar with the operation of the machine before it was delivered. In this way, they were attempting to teach us the proper use and precautions to be observed, rather than experimenting with the machine and possibly damaging it. Quality control a planned and systematic pattern of all actions necessary to provide adequate confidence that the product will perform satisfactorily. In controlling quality, there are two distinct types of quality: quality of design and quality of conformance. A difference in the technical requirements for the same functional item is a difference in quality of design, often referred to as grade. My wife's Cadillac and my Ford Falcon automobile serve the same basic functional use. However, they differ in many features of design. The quality of design of the Cadillac is much higher than the quality of design of the Falcon. But since a Cadillac costs more money than a Falcon, can we say that the quality of the Cadillac is higher? No, only the quality of design is higher. The other type of quality is called quality of conformance, the degree to which the product conforms to the design. A Cadillac which can run and a Cadillac which cannot run do not have the same quality of conformance. Quality of design, a difference in the technical requirements for the same functional item. Quality of conformance, the degree to which the product conforms to the design. What is the goal of a quality control program? More money could be paid to buy the more expensive item. A higher quality of design costs money. But not everyone needs a Cadillac. If the automobile is only to be used to drive the children to school and do the grocery shopping, I don't want to pay for Cadillac quality. If, however, the manufacturer of the Ford did not control the conformance of material he was making, more money would be spent in manufacturing the car and its selling price would rise. Therefore, it is necessary to find out what quality the potential customer wants, how much he is willing to pay for the item, and when he wants the item delivered. What is the goal of quality control? A quality product, on time, at the lowest possible cost. In the phrase quality control, the word quality does not have the popular meaning of best. It means best for certain customer conditions. In the industrial cycle, there are 6 stages. Quality control is involved in each stage. The 6 stages are marketing, engineering, purchasing, manufacturing, inspection, shipping, and service. Marketing, which includes advertising and sales, determines if a need for the product exists, determines the price the customer is willing to pay, how the product will be advertised, and what method of selling will be used. Quality control participates in determining what quality level will be necessary to meet these desires. How much of a warranty or guarantee must be offered? How much inspection must be accomplished to meet these goals? Engineering translates the marketing analysis into product design, prepares blueprints, engineering drawings, and specifications, and determines the material requirements. Quality control reviews the drawings and specifications to determine if they adequately define the product, what it is to do, and how it is to perform. They add the inspection requirements to verify this quality of design. Purchasing selects suppliers to provide materials and components. They negotiate the price of materials with suppliers. They enter into a contract with the supplier to furnish the material to the engineering and quality control requirements. Quality control reviews the supplier's control of his process to determine what quality level product he will deliver. Quality control reviews defective material reports and performs a complete study and analysis. Manufacturing plans, acquires, and maintains machinery and tools to build the item. They then furnish the necessary labor to perform the manufacturing and assembly process. Quality control reviews the machinery and tools to determine if they are capable of producing non-defective material. Special studies are conducted to determine if the manufacturing methods are satisfactory, and information on how to reduce the production of non-conforming material is furnished by quality control. Inspection checks the product for conformance to the specification requirements by measurements and tests. They reject defective material and set it aside. They report the results of all inspection. Quality control monitors all of the inspections performed and determines when to inspect and how much to inspect. Quality control reviews the inspection results, determines methods to improve the manufacturing process, and participates in correcting problem areas. A key input to quality control system is the results of the inspection stage. Shipping governs the packaging, labeling, and proper transportation of the product to its destination. Quality control verifies that adequate protection is given during shipping and storage of the product to verify that it does not become damaged during transportation and no longer conform to the quality level to which it was manufactured. Service installs and demonstrates the product after the initial sale, repairs the item during its use, and feeds consumer information back to marketing and manufacturing. Quality control investigates to determine if the item was used correctly, determines if the customer treatment of the product requires additional controls, and reviews all information from dissatisfied customers to prevent further failures. We now see that quality control takes place throughout the entire industrial cycle. Quality control cannot be accomplished by concentrating on one stage alone, but must investigate the contribution of each to the end product. Just as the theme of the historical inspection activity was "bad parts shall not pass," the theme of total quality control is "make them right the first time." Are there any questions? In summary, advertising today stresses a quality product. Through all history, a basic form of inspection has taken place. Inspection, examination of the product to determine if it meets the requirements. But quality control is more, a planned and systematic pattern of all actions necessary to provide adequate confidence that the product will perform satisfactorily. We have indicated that in quality there are two types: quality of design and quality of conformance. Each is important, but they are different. Each has its input to a quality product on time at the lowest possible cost. Quality control activity participates in all stages of the industrial cycle, from marketing research through engineering and manufacturing to the service which the product requires. Quality control is more than inspection. For next week, the assignment is to read chapters 1 and 2 of the textbook. For any who have not yet purchased the texts, the college bookstore is open until 10 p.m. tonight. I have prepared a short quiz on the material covered tonight, which I would like you to complete now. Pass out the quiz. Class is dismissed until 7 p.m. next Friday. Please be here promptly at 7 so that we can start on time. Good night.